Hello, my name is Montserrat, and I am the program director at the Yoga Therapy Institute, a school that is renowned for its golden standards in yoga therapy education. Now, sometimes when I share in class the complex case studies that I work with, the students, they go and they look in awe and they go, oh my God. And it can seem very scary because they say, how would I ever be able to work with these complex case studies? Let me give you an example. Right now I'm working with a client who has had a total of 32 surgeries. I'm going to include her in some of my talks about these complex case studies that I work with. But some of them are more difficult than others. And when I share them with the students, they say, oh, I'll never be able to do that. How do I do that? Sometimes when I get people applying for the courses, when we get them in the school, they say, how can I become a yoga therapist as quickly, as fast as possible? Now, whenever you aim for excellence, you need to take your time. You need to study, you need to train. I wouldn't want the captain of the plane that I fly to Spain to have taken a Mickey Mouse course of quick and cheap training how to become a pilot. This is a little bit the same. You're going to be working with people who are vulnerable, who have health issues. It's very important that you stay within your scope of practice and that you know how to do the right referrals and that, of course, you don't cause any harm. Like in this case, I'm working with somebody, she's just had a hip replacement, and I need to know how to work with somebody who's just recovering from surgery, from hip replacement. And that is something that you learn as a yoga therapist. However, it takes time. And I know that a lot of you are in a hurry and you say, okay, I just want to do this really quickly. I do as many modules as possible and I cram the exams. But let me share with you that if you feel overwhelmed by everything that you have in front of you, because this training, yoga therapy, 800-hour or 800-hour plus training to become an IAYT certified yoga therapist takes time, a minimum of 2 years. If this seems daunting and if you think to yourself, oh my God, how will I ever get there? My advice and my recommendation to you is that you take it step by step. This is really important. So for that macro universal target that you have, use a very micro target and goal setting practice. So if you do one course, one module, it takes 50 hours, Monday to Friday. Just do that one and congratulate yourself. Yeah, because that's an achievement. And you celebrate, you take your time to say, okay, I've done my 50 hours for this particular training and this is fantastic. And I get a little certification, I do my exam and I'm going to reflect on what I've learned. Then after that, you do the next module, taking your time or whenever you're ready. Yeah, so some people is quicker than others. You maybe need a little bit more time for whatever reason, but taking it step by step and not expecting to already know everything. A lot of you say, well, I want to be able to practice right now. Okay, take your time, reflect, absorb, integrate what you learn. Do your examination, check that you've done it all correctly, that you have all your materials organized. And then once you have that, you're ready to maybe implement some of the things you've learned with your existing students and your existing yoga classes, 100%. However, whenever we're aiming for excellence, and remember, this is what we're aiming for when it comes to the IAYT certified training or yoga therapy program, is to take your time, study, learn, do one course at a time, reflect, write it down, gather and integrate everything that you have been learning, then apply some aspects into your practice and then continue to the next one. And then when you look back, you realize, and you've done the 2 years. So this is something that is really important. And when they say, how can I do it like you? I say, well, wait a minute, I'm going to put my vest on with my super, engines at the back. And then I'm going to be able to rise up and do this training and become an experienced yoga therapist in one moment. That doesn't happen. You need to practice, you need to learn, you need to do your case studies. Every day is a practice day. And remember, the journey is what matters. Do the journey with a big smile. I'm training as a yoga therapist, and don't look immediately, I want to become a yoga therapist right now. No, I want to become a yoga therapist, and therefore I'm going to train, I'm going to study, and I'm going to smile through the journey because I'm aiming for excellence. Thank you for listening and have a good day.